Mob rule: the bogey of infiltration is resulting in hate crimes across India. In the closing weeks of 2025, a series of violent incidents across India exposed a disturbing pattern of mob violence directed at migrants who were labeled foreigners, Bangladeshis and Chinese by their attackers. In these cases, the three victims were Indian citizens from various parts of the country. Suspicion based on language, region, appearance, or presumed nationality is escalating into mob violence in different regions. This is extremely worrying and the police must act strictly. The political leadership in states and the center must make it clear that such violence is unacceptable. In Palakkad district, Kerala, Ram Narayan Baghel, a 31-year-old migrant worker from Chhattisgarh was lynched by a mob on December 17. Baghel was accused of theft and repeatedly questioned about his identity, with his attackers allegedly asking him whether he was Bangladeshi before beating him to death. Kerala is heavily dependent on migrant labor and prides itself on its high levels of equation, education, and law and order. So lynching is a blot on its reputation. On December 24, in Sambalpur in Odisha, a young migrant worker from West Bengal was beaten to death by a mob that accused him of being Bangladeshi. Jewel Sheikh, a Delhi wage laborer, was confronted at his tea stall by unidentified persons who demanded his identity documents and accused him of being an illegal Bangladeshi immigrant. 2 days later, in another incident from Odisha, a Bengali-speaking street vendor from West Bengal was assaulted. In Tamil Nadu, a man from Odisha was attacked while traveling on a train in Thiruvallur district by juveniles armed with machetes, machetes and sickles. The assault was filmed and circulated on social media. In Dehradun, on December 28, Anjal Chakma, a 20-year-old student from Tripura, was stabbed by a group that had allegedly hurled racial slurs at him and his brother. He died in hospital later. People from the northeastern states are often treated as perpetual outsiders in other parts of India. Chakma was called Chinese by his attackers. These are not isolated incidents; they occur amid numerous other cases of mob intimidation, sometimes targeting worshippers of minority communities. At other times, even young students celebrating a friend's birthday. The police in the states have responded to these horrible crimes by making some arrests, but that is not sufficient. The Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) has turned its incendiary campaign against illegal infiltration from Bangladesh as a central plank in the forthcoming assembly elections in Assam and West Bengal. It is no coincidence that mobs across the country feel emboldened to raise this bogey at random against helpless people. The BJP should realize the dangers of its campaign and restrain itself. Next, the water divide. The quality of piped water supply must be checked at delivery point. An indicator of public health is the well-being of poorer sections of the people. Health, education, infrastructure, clean air, and clean water all fall under basic needs, and various institutions should be busy working around the clock to improve lives. On most of these counts, however, India appears to be falling short, with the latest being the tragedy unfolding in Indore, Madhya Pradesh. At least four people, including a baby, official told unofficials 14, have lost their lives across after drinking municipality supplied water, with more than 2,000 people falling ill. Over 200 people are in hospital and 32 are in the ICU. It is development steeped in irony because Indore has been voted India's cleanest city for several years in a row for its exemplary waste segregation and management practice among other cleanliness measures it undertook. As has become the unfortunate norm after every mishap, the blame game began swiftly with authorities pinning it on tardy progress on installing a fresh supply line. A committee is to investigate the issue, but things should not have been allowed to precipitate such a deathly crisis in the first place. This is the second instance of a water issue in the state in the past 2 months. In November, students at the Vellore Institute of Technology campus near Bhopal vehemently protested against contaminated water supply after many of them began contracting jaundice. It is a shame that despite progress on the Swachh Bharat mission and Jal Jeevan mission, water woes continue. The National Family Health Survey data show that despite a rural-urban divide, 96% of households use an improved source of drinking water. A municipal supply is always considered to be a safe and improved source, and if checks and balance were in place, the authorities at Indore would have spotted the contamination and let the people know of the dangers. Giving access to water is meaningless unless the quality of supply is assured. There needs to be better enforcement of water guidelines and other environmental laws at all levels. Air pollution is already wreaking havoc in citizens.